A human resources (HR) approach refers to the overall philosophy, mindset, and method an organization uses to manage its people in order to achieve business objectives. It guides how HR decisions are made, how employees are treated, and how HR aligns with organizational strategy. In short, it explains how HR works, not just what HR does. Key aspects of the HR approach. 1. Alignment with business strategy. HR supports organizational goals, growth, innovation, cost leadership, sustainability. Workforce planning is linked to business plans. 2. People-centered philosophy. Employees are viewed as assets, not costs. Focus on engagement, motivation, and well-being. 3. Consistency and fairness. Standardized policies and procedures. Equal treatment, transparency, and ethical practices. 4. Compliance and risk management. Adherence to labor laws and regulations. Managing employee risks, legal, safety, conduct. 5. Performance and productivity focus. Clear expectations and accountability. Linking performance management to rewards. 6. Adaptability and innovation. Responding to labor market changes. Use of HR technology, analytics, and modern practices.
Core components of the HR approach. 1. HR philosophy. Beliefs about people and work. Example: employees are strategic partners in success. 2. HR policies. Rules and guidelines governing employee behavior. Recruitment, leave, discipline, compensation, ethics. 3. HR processes. Step-by-step activities that deliver HR services. Recruitment, onboarding, training, performance appraisal, payroll. 4. HR practices. Day-to-day application of HR policies and processes. Coaching, feedback, recognition, employee engagement activities. 5. HR strategy. Long-term plan for managing human capital. Talent acquisition strategy, retention strategy, succession planning. 6. HR structure and roles, HR department design and responsibilities. HR business partners, specialists, shared services. 7. HR systems and tools, HRIS, ATS, payroll systems, performance management software, data-driven decision-making. 8. Employee relations and culture communication, trust, conflict management, building positive organizational culture. Examples of common HR approaches. Traditional HR approach, administrative, compliance-focused, strategic HRM approach, business-aligned and future-focused human capital approach, investment in skills and capabilities. High-performance work system, HPWS, productivity and performance-driven employee-centric approach, engagement, well-being, and experience-focused. Why the HR approach matters. Ensures consistent HR decisions, improves employee satisfaction and retention, strengthens organizational performance, supports legal compliance, enhances employer brand.
A key performance indicator, KPI, is a quantifiable metric used to measure how effectively an individual, team, department, or organization is achieving its key result areas, KRAs, and strategic objectives. Simply put, KPIs tell you how well results are being achieved. Purpose of KPIs: measure performance objectively, track progress toward goals, support decision-making, improve accountability, identify performance gaps, enable continuous improvement. Characteristics of effective KPIs: SMART plus strategic. 1. Specific, clearly defined. 2. Measurable, quantifiable. 3. Achievable, realistic targets. 4. Relevant, linked to KRAs and strategy. 5. Time-bound, measured over a period. 6. Actionable, can drive improvement. Types of KPIs. 1. Strategic KPIs. Measure long-term organizational success. Used by top management. Example. Revenue per employee. Employee Engagement Index. 2. Operational KPIs. Measure day-to-day performance. Used by departments and supervisors. Example. Absenteeism rate. Payroll accuracy rate. 3. Leading KPIs. Predict future performance. Help prevent problems. Example. Training hours per employee. Candidate pipeline strength. 4. Lagging KPIs. Measure past outcomes. Confirm results. Example. Attrition rate. Employee turnover cost. Key components of a KPI. 1. KPI name. Clear and descriptive. 2. Definition. What exactly is being measured? 3. Formula. How the KPI is calculated. 4. Target. Desired performance level. 5. Frequency. Daily, monthly, quarterly, annually. 6. Data source. HRIS, ATS, surveys, payroll system. 7. Owner. Person responsible for performance. Common HR KPIs, by function. Talent acquisition. Time to hire. Cost per hire. Quality of hire. Offer acceptance rate. Employee engagement and retention. Employee turnover rate. Retention rate. Engagement score. Absenteeism rate. Training and development. Training hours per employee. Training effectiveness score. Skill gap closure rate. Performance management. Goal achievement rate. High performer ratio. Performance review completion rate. Payroll and compensation. Payroll accuracy rate. Compensation cost as % of revenue. Overtime cost. Compliance and risk. Labor law compliance rate. Workplace incident rate. Grievance resolution time. KPIs in SHRM. In strategic HRM, KPIs are directly linked to business outcomes. Support data-driven HR decisions. Strengthen HR credibility. Enable workforce analytics. Example. Business goal. Increase productivity. HR KRA. Performance management. KPI. Revenue per employee. Simple KPI framework. HR-friendly. Strategy KRA KPI Target Review Action. A key result area, KRA, is a broad, strategic area of responsibility in which an individual, team, or department is expected to deliver measurable results that contribute directly to organizational goals. In simple terms, KRAs define what must be achieved, not how it will be done. Purpose of KRAs. Clarify job roles and expectations. Align individual performance with organizational strategy. Provide focus for performance evaluation. Enable accountability and ownership. Support goal setting and performance appraisal. Characteristics of effective KRAs. 1. Result-oriented, focus on outcomes, not activities. 2. Aligned with strategy, linked to business and HR objectives. 3. Clearly defined, easy to understand and communicate. 4. Measurable, can be assessed using KPIs. 5. Role-specific, different for each job level or function. 6. Limited in number, usually 4 to 8 per role for focus. Key components of a KRA. 1. KRA title. Short, clear name of the result area. Example, talent acquisition effectiveness. 2. KRA description. Explains what success looks like in that area. Example, ensure timely hiring of qualified candidates aligned with business needs. 3. Key responsibilities. High-level responsibilities, not daily tasks. Example, workforce planning, candidate sourcing, interview coordination. 4. Performance indicators, KPIs. Metrics used to measure results. Example: time to hire, quality of hire, offer acceptance rate. 5. Target or standard. Expected level of performance. Example: time to hire less than or equal to 30 days. Offer acceptance greater than or equal to 90%. 6. Weightage, optional. Importance of the KRA relative to others. Example: talent acquisition, 30%. Employee engagement, 25%. Examples of KRAs by function. 1. HR manager, typical KRAs. Talent acquisition and workforce planning. Employee engagement and retention. Performance management system. Training and development. HR compliance and labor law. Compensation and benefits management. HR analytics and reporting. 2. Recruitment officer, KRAs. Candidate sourcing and screening. Time to hire optimization. Employer branding support. ATS management. Hiring manager satisfaction. 3. Payroll officer, KRAs. Payroll accuracy and timeliness. Statutory compliance. Employee query resolution. Payroll cost control. 4. Line manager, KRAs. Team performance delivery. Employee development. Attendance and discipline. Communication and feedback. KRAs in strategic HRM, SHRM. In SHRM, KRAs are aligned with long-term organizational goals. SHRM goal-related KRA. Business growth strategic workforce planning. Cost efficiency HR cost optimization. Talent sustainability succession planning. Risk reduction employee risk management. Brand strength employer branding. How to develop KRAs, step by step. 1. Understand organizational strategy. 2. Identify role purpose. 3. Define 4 to 8 key result areas. 4. Align each KRA with outcomes. 5. Assign KPIs to each KRA. 6. Set measurable targets. 7. Review and update annually. Labor law, also called employment law, is the set of legal rules that governs the relationship between employers, employees, and unions. It ensures fair treatment, safety, and rights at the workplace. Key purposes: protect employees from exploitation. Define employer responsibilities. Regulate working conditions, wages, hours, and benefits. Provide mechanisms for dispute resolution. 2. Types of labor laws relevant to HR. Labor laws are usually categorized into several areas. A. Employment standards. Minimum wage laws. Maximum working hours and overtime. Rest breaks and leave entitlements, annual, sick, maternity paternity. B. Health and safety. Workplace safety regulations, e.g., OSHA in the US, national equivalents elsewhere. Requirements for safe equipment, emergency procedures, and protective gear. C. Anti-discrimination and equal opportunity. Laws prohibiting discrimination based on age, gender, religion, ethnicity, disability, etc. HR must ensure fair recruitment, promotions, and workplace practices. D. Employee rights and termination. Contractual rights and protections. Notice periods and severance pay. Rules around unfair dismissal or wrongful termination. E. Collective labor relations. Union recognition and negotiation. Collective bargaining rights. Industrial action regulations. F. Social security and benefits. Pension schemes. Health insurance contributions. Unemployment insurance. Hours role in labor law compliance. HR acts as the bridge between the law and the organization's practices. Key responsibilities include policy development. Draft HR policies aligned with labor laws. Example: leave policy, Sexual harassment policy. Recruitment and contracts. Ensure employment contracts comply with minimum standards. Avoid clauses that violate labor laws. Payroll and benefits. Accurate calculation of wages, overtime, and statutory benefits. Compliance with tax and social security obligations. Workplace safety. Conduct regular audits and training for occupational health and safety. Dispute resolution. Mediate employee grievances to prevent legal escalation. Maintain proper documentation in case of legal inspections. Training and awareness. Educate managers and employees about rights and obligations. Update HR manuals when laws change. Consequences of non-compliance. Legal penalties and fines. Compensation claims or lawsuits. Reputation damage and employee mistrust. Potential business shutdown in extreme cases.